How do you stop people from committing Mortal Kombat? By having them play Mortal Kombat, according to NYC's prison system. Yeah. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dynasty, back again with another interesting Mortal Kombat 1 video because I saw this posted by Event Hubs. It's really interesting. Apparently, the quote literally says NYC correctionals actually dangle Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1 over inmates to inspire them to have good behavior. And I think that's so funny because if I was an inmate, the last thing I'd want to do is probably play Mortal Kombat 1. I'd probably want to play Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat X, hell, Mortal Kombat 11. But, you know, maybe prisoners are fan of the Kameo system. At least they get to play World Tour, but I thought this was a crazy article. They spend like 60 grand annually to let inmates play fighting games. That's like the craziest thing I would have thought. Then again, it's like, well, I guess it kind of makes sense. You don't want them killing each other in prison, so I guess you gotta have them just kill each other in the game. Mortal Kombat, changing lives. So if you're excited to hear me talk about this article from Event Hubs, do your boy a solid. It takes you a second. Drop a like on the video. This is the funniest and most random shit I came across today, other than Boogie2988 allegedly faking cancer. But that's neither here or there. Let's talk about inmates in Mortal Kombat 1. Again, a massive shout out to Event Hubs for actually posting this. It says, NYC reportedly spends $59,000 on games like Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1 to encourage good behavior from inmates. Those of us in the FGC already know this, but fighting games are truly something special. As it turns out, they can be a real difference maker when it comes to the number of incidents that can happen in a correctional facility. As reported on by the New York Post, New York City's correctional department has apparently spent $59K of taxpayer dollars on 1,247 PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games. They're not fans of Xbox. Consisting of Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1, as well as non-fighting games like Madden and NBA 2K 2024. These games are being played by inmates within the New York correctional facilities. I just feel like, I just wish I could be a fly on the wall for this. Like, do they host their own tournaments? Do they hate the Kameo system like me and you? Are they looking forward to DLC? What do they think of Homelander? Article goes on to say, it's funny to think that games about fighting, aka Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1, can be used to reduce the number of fights that break out. Of course, only inmates with a history of good behavior can gain access to the recreational rooms containing these video games. According to a longtime officer, these games are essentially like holding a carrot over inmates' heads as a way of getting them to cut down on fighting and rule breaking. This is apparently especially effective within facilities housing younger inmates. So, I mean, if it works, fuck it. The mental image of that is just so funny. If you're a diehard Mortal Kombat fan and you're doing some time, you gotta be still kind of like, well, fuck. This Kameo system sucks, but at least I'm playing Mortal Kombat with General Shao. Like, I guess it works. However, there have been some critics of this sort of tactic. After all, the money being spent on these games could go towards better AC for the prisons, more work staff, or even towards the homeless population. Some are even saying that this is encouraging crime, since once a prisoner serves their time, they'll just go back to doing crimes as they felt they were a privileged prisoner during their incarceration. Regardless, it seems like inmates at NYC correctional facilities are now able to settle their differences in Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1 rather than in real fights. And honestly, that's probably better for the actual correctional officers. I feel like they'd probably rather be not picking up after someone potentially gets shanked in the prison shower or something, and they'd probably rather just watch on the monitor them playing their PlayStations. I just think it's so funny to think that, you know, at the end of the day, we always hear, you know, video games and violence, they're tied together. This happened because of video games. They're a bad influence on the youth. And then we just get articles like this where literally NYC correctional facilities saying video games like Mortal Kombat, who is the sole reason why ESRB ratings exist back in the 90s. You know, the goriest game of all time with literal Mortal Kombat fatalities, is inspiring these inmates to just keep it on the sticks, which is a good thing. That's awesome. I don't know if that's probably the best use of taxpayer dollars, but I don't live in New York, so at this point, it's out of my hands. I'm sure in Texas they do something similar, maybe, but to think that this is stopping people from getting killed, this game that is highly controversial, is hilarious. So I got a kick out of reading this, honestly. I got a kick out of seeing this Photoshop. I was coughing for a second, I'm back. I got a kick out of seeing Kung Lao behind bars being like, well, fuck it, I got Mortal Kombat 1 here. I think it probably does more good than bad, I'd assume. Obviously, I've never served time. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. I mean, as long as it's 60K, is that our threshold? Does it become a problem if it's 100K? Like, how much money is worth investing? We need some more data on this. Do people who play Mortal Kombat return to prison? Do they leave and become pastors? Like what does the data suggest about this? Obviously, it's a recent study and thing taking place, it seems like, but for the most part, it seems like it's doing more good than bad, and I just want to hear what you guys have to say about this. If you were in prison serving time, and you had to pick, let's say, one fighting game, what would that one fighting game be? For me, it would be Mortal Kombat X or UMK3 all day, bar none. Some of you guys would probably rather have like Street Fighter 2, maybe Capcom 2, I don't know, but for me, I would probably not pick Mortal Kombat 1. Hell, Street Fighter 6 is awesome. That's still a current gen, great fucking fighting game. But if you were in prison, serving time, maybe life sentence, maybe you were held under something you didn't do and you're there for life, and you had the ability to behave and play a fighting game, what would be your go-to fighting game? Because I think that's a pretty interesting question, and I'm just glad to see that despite the bullshit, Mortal Kombat 1 is seemingly doing some good. It's inspiring people. Murderers are no longer murdering unless it's on the sticks. So, again, shout out to New York Post and Event Hubs for sharing this today. Again, one of the weirdest things I've seen posted other than the whole Boogie scandal on my timeline on Twitter. So, what do you guys think of this? If you enjoyed this random Mortal Kombat 1 video, do your boy a solid. It takes you a second. Drop a like on it. Of course, subscribe to some more MK content like this on the channel. Till next time, been your host, Boon Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe. MK1 is quite literally saving lives. One prison at a time. Oh yeah, and I also posted a video talking about Takeda. Click card on the screen. Go watch it. See you guys in the next video. Peace.